All right, so we got to talk about the elephant in the room. What does What does every dungeon master and every dragon master, and what does the Dungeons and Dragons design team do about Fourth Wing, the rise of Romantasy? So, if you're not aware, Rebecca Yarros has the hottest book in the world right now, which is called Onyx Storm, and it is a sequel to Fourth Wing. And Rebecca Yarros built a banger book about Dragon Rider University. But it really can't be read by anyone who doesn't like pretty significant, pretty pervasive romance. Like, and not just like, hey, maybe he's going to kiss her or he's going to kiss him, but like just a lot of objectification. Like, and actually female to male objectification. Yeah, that's the issue, right? She objectifies every single male character like it's a pulp novel from the 40s, and you inverted and you like it pulp novel in the 40s were like, oh, and then this hot blonde walked in and I looked at her bazoomas or like, you know, like, and you're like, oh, that's whoa, man. Like, and Rebecca Yarros has brought this back, right? And said, okay, here we are. Now we're going to flip it. It's the 1940s, but men are going to get objectified. Now, I read Fourth Wing, and the way that and I want to talk about how this happened. I, as a dungeon master, read fantasy to get good storylines for Dungeons and Dragons, right? So I did that, right? So I'm like, oh, I heard a lot of people are reading this Fourth Wing. There's no clues that this is a romantasy. So I start reading it, and I'm like, whoa, what is this? And at first, I was really pulled in by the world she built. Like, she's like, hey, there's these dragons, and people ride them, and this is how you get to ride a dragon, and then you go to a university. So think about Game of Thrones mixed with Strixhaven. I'm like, bet, I'm in, right? But then she's like, hey, you want to hear another 3 paragraphs about this guy's butt? And I was like, not really. Like, this is not great. Like, it was like really distracting as far as like, hey, could we get back to the story rather than this young girl's objectification of this guy? Like, this is not really cool. This wouldn't be cool for any gender, right? So, but guess what? This is the thing. This is on fire. Onyx Storm had midnight book releases, right? So we can't really ignore this from a Dungeons & Dragons perspective. There's a bunch of dragons, right? And these people definitely are going to be interested in Dungeons & Dragons, but we've got to build a bridge between these two communities.